Okay, guys, this might be unpopular opinion, but I think that living in Nepal is very expensive. now, now, before I say anything, I am talking about regular people. So my sister is a fashion designer. She graduated. She's making, I think, $200 per month. I know my cousin is doing her computer science degree, and she's like making like $100 a month because she's still a student. So she's doing part time. My friend, a good friend of mine who did computer science, is making like $300 per month. So these are kind of the range, right? And this is like 1 to 2 years after graduation. So it could be better after you're a senior position. How are people surviving in that income? Especially if you don't have your own house in Kathmandu or in the city. The rent is so expensive in Kathmandu. In Samakusi, where it's my mama girl, it's like $25,000 for maybe like 2 3 room. In Banishore, I have heard it's like so expensive. It's like $30,000. Am I saying dollar? 30,000 rupees for a flat in Kathmandu in Banishore. So my parents own a house in Tikasali. They were renting their space for like 16,000 Nepali rupees, right? You can see how like the flat costs. So my question is, if someone's graduating and they say they want to live in a nice flat because they just graduated, they're making money, right? It just seems impossible. Like, how are people living? The salary is so less. And the one thing that's like annoying is, how are people supposed to afford a house or a land, like a piece of land where they can build a house? It's like it's gonna cost them crore, like 1 crore something lakhs, right? At least for like basic, let's say 4 ana land. How are people supposed to make that much money if they don't come from family that already has a lot of wealth? And that's probably 80% of the population, right? The fact that Nepal is so much, there's so much show off in Nepal. I mean, there's show off everywhere here also. People are like buying designer bag with the money they don't have, buying on credit card debt, etc. I've seen that culture in Nepal as well. However, in Nepal, it's more of like, I think, like, oh, my daughter goes to XYZ school, which is rated very good. Your son is going to not so good school. So, there's that social comparison, class comparison, and it just kind of sucks, that, education is something that should be free. And that's one thing I at least like about that's at least one thing that's good about American system is there is like good education, like public education, at least until 12, right? Like for free. I mean, there's shooting and stuff happening, so I mean, I guess not really safe. But I mean, that's another problem, right? Sending a kid to a school is also so expensive. Like, imagine if someone's making, okay, let's say someone's making 50,000 rupees. That's like a nice income, right? They're spending 20,000 rupees on a flat. They're spending 10,000 rupees to send their kids to a good school. Probably 10,000 is like probably not a really good school. Like, it's like medium school, medium level. And like, how are people surviving? It's just so difficult. So that's like really annoys me, especially when people are like, oh, Nepal mein cha kaam, Nepal mein basnu parcha. Like, if you don't have wealth, I don't want to hear from you if you have generational wealth, okay? And that's usually most of the time, whatever I see in the social media, it's like, oh, Nepal mein garna sakcha. They usually have a house in Nepal, in Kathmandu, you know. They have like backup plan. Maybe their family makes money. Maybe they're getting help from the dad, mom, sibling, anywhere, or maybe their sibling are out of states or something like that, out of country, and they're like sending money, so they're basically enjoying the remittance. But I've never heard it from someone who's like comes from a disadvantaged background, who doesn't really have like a much of safety net to rely on, right? They're not gonna say like, oh, Nepal mein ke huncha, like it's always people who have like some sort of generational wealth and some sort of fallback mechanism in place. So it really just annoys me when people are like, oh, yeah, ke huncha. Please provide me data on like what your background is. Maybe you went to the really good school in Kathmandu. Can we say the same about the rest of the Nepal, which is like 80% of the population, probably, right? That really infuriates me. I think we just generalize it too much, right? I mean, sure, Nepal ma dherai opportunity, so there's a lot to do in Nepal, but like, You have to realize you are in a place of privilege to say that, you know. Yeah, like my dad was telling me that it's costing like 50 lakhs per anna to buy a land, and at minimum you need to have like 3 anna of land, which is like 1 crore. Let's say 1 crore minimum you need to buy a land, and the house material expense is completely different. So make it make sense with someone who's making, like, let's say 50,000 rupees or 1 lakh of household income. Like, how is it possible to save 1 crore? How many years do you need to save 1 crore? It's just not practical. And don't get me even started on the material goods of Nepal, how expensive it is. I went to Nepal, I went to this mall in Nepal, and a basic, like a t-shirt type, and they're like, oh, this is really good quality. It's like 2,000 rupees, you know? Like this shirt is from J. Crew. It's a really good brand. I got this for like $15 on sale, and this is J. Crew. Like, imagine if J. Crew was in Nepal, they would probably charge me like, I don't know, 10,000 rupees. People are selling bad quality stuff at a premium price too. I was trying to buy something for like Bhai Tika ceremony. I was trying to buy a pullover for my brother, and it was a mistake that I didn't buy it from here. But there was like, um, the starting price was 4,000 rupees, and here I can buy like a pullover from a really good brand, like Calvin Klein, Nike, on deals for like $35-$40. And it's very good quality. It's like first hand brand, not like how in Nepal it's like third copy or whatever it's called. And I went to Darbar Marg, same situation. Like, all the branded goods, what they call branded, it was not even good quality, just super expensive. And all the Instagram brand that you see these days, I think they're just slapping you premium charges for like quality. Okay, there was one brand in Instagram called like Casa Style or whatever. So I looked at their coat. So I'm like a big coat fan these days, given that I live in Chicago. So I was like, what's going on? They're like trending everywhere in Nepal. Let's look at their website, or let's see what their clothing is made from. I literally, guys, I could not find the fabric composition in their coat. There was no fabric composition. Like, and I'm pretty sure that's 100% polyester, which is like plastic basically, so cheap. And I recently bought like a 100% wool coat from J. Crew. It cost me like $110. I bought it from during Black Friday. It's like, what, 11,000 rupees, let's say, right? And I'm pretty sure they are charging like more than that, but for a shitty material. People are getting ripped off in Nepal so bad. So that's why I'm like, it's bad, to be honest. It's bad everywhere. It's bad even in America with the given politics. You see all the drama that's going on with the billionaires trying to control the whole country. And you see a lot of drama about immigration and layoffs and all that, right? So I think at this point, guys, it's just like we are selecting the best place to live out of all the worst worst selections. Like, everywhere it's bad. Like in UK, you can't get a job there. The weather is bad. In Europe, apparently, like, even there's like a language gap and it's not that diverse. But I think Europe is still a good option. And in Australia, I think you just have to show a lot of money to even get in. And that's a whole different story. In America, people are not getting job. It's kind of annoying everywhere, guys. I wish it was like how it used to be before, like the internet days, where um, maybe the competition was less, or there was just less information. I mean, more information is good, obviously. It just feels like overwhelming a lot of times. But so that brings me to the point, like, is it still a good time to study abroad, or like to come abroad, given the situation of Nepal? And I was crossing the street right outside here this morning, and I was like, at least there is a good crossing system here. Like, at least I don't have to worry about small things. in the US? You know, like batok sa dikatne, or is this water healthy, like wherever it's coming from? Yeah, like in Nepal when I was there, like me and my dad were like walking, and there was this family who were like arguing in the road, in the side of the road, and there was like a really small kid and a mom and the son. And the son seemed like he was like some sort of addict, like drug addict or something, and he was about to like beat his mom, but the small girl, like his sister, was still there. And like I tried to go in, I was like, stop, like what are you doing, you know, like I tried to go in, and my dad was like, let's not go, let's not be involved. And like I just looked at the girl, and she like came to me, like she hugged me so bad, she was like, please stop my brother from hitting my mom. And I couldn't call the police. Like if it was here, I would just be able to call 911, and like they would probably like arrest that man, you know. But in Nepal, like I don't even know, like would the police have come in right time, like, you know. And that child, you know, I knew that she experienced that every day, so she was like so scared. She was like, please tell my dada not to hit my mom. Like, can you imagine how bad of a situation that's? At least like you don't have to worry about those kind of things here, you know. You know that there's like good law and system in place at least. So I don't know, guys. That's my rant. That's my rant. But I think Nepal is expensive. So if even if I could go to Nepal, I think I'm just gonna live in my grandmother's house somewhere in the village, not in Kathmandu. Seriously. But yeah. And also another thing, like for the wedding, why is wedding so expensive in Nepal? Like people don't have money, but they're buying like tola and tola of gold. Can someone explain? And they're like, this is an investment, but like if you really have come to a point where you are selling all the gold, then there might be a bigger problem, you know. And you know, one thing I noticed, like my mom was telling me that the gold price like dropped for some time back, like maybe 30-40 days ago, maybe it was 90 days ago, and all the stores were apparently closed, like because people were trying to buy it in a cheaper price, right? But the stores were closed. Like, make it make sense. So you can't really buy when it's cheap, but you can only buy when the price goes up, and like it doesn't make sense, right? And show off culture is bad, and people are taking loan to get married, and you know, just do court marriage. But yeah, that's why I think it's hard to stay in Nepal, guys. But it's hard to stay anywhere. There will be problems, but it just depends on what kind of problem you want to deal with. That's what I've decided. At least here I have like a reasonable problem I want to deal with. Back home it's like petty problems, I think. I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comment section below. Please don't come after me, and please don't say bad things to me, okay? Just like, let's have a healthy discussion, because I'm really interested to know your opinion too. Bye.